Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and doing another review today for an S.H. Figuarts figure. But we're not doing a Dragon Ball one today, we're doing a Sailor Moon Figuarts figure review. This is the figure of Sailor Moon herself. This figure was released a few years ago. They've since done other releases of the character of Sailor Moon in this line. I don't know if those were the same figure in a different box or if those figures are newer molds, but we'll go ahead and do an unboxing and review for this figure, and I will share my opinion. So first of all, here's a close-up of Usagi, or Sailor Moon, in her package, and all the copyright info and so forth down there. And right there, you've got a 20th anniversary sticker for the series. Sailor Moon came out in 1992, so the 20-year anniversary would be 2012, so this figure itself is probably about a decade old. I bought this used at a shop here in Vegas, so as you can tell, the box is a little scuffed up in a few places, but for the most part, it doesn't look half bad. Here's the top of the package, and the bottom with all the copyright info. Let's get her out of here. Now, this was pre-assembled when I bought the figure, but like a lot of the smaller Dragon Ball characters in S.H. Figuarts, this one comes with a stand that you can adjust, and it's got the Sailor Moon name and a symbol there. It's a cute little stand, and I'm glad to see that this got included. Here's a look at Sailor Moon on the plastic card. We're going to take these accessories off of here, and I'll show off a closer look at those. First of all, possibly my favorite accessory, she comes with Luna the cat. And Luna's head is adjustable, so you can have her like facing to the side, facing forward, and then her tail can also be adjusted as well. It's a pretty simple figure, but it looks pretty nice. And she comes with two separate moon sticks, one that has the silver crystal in the middle and one that does not. She has just sort of a neutral expression by default, but then she's also got like she's got her other faces here, one of which does not have the tiara, because that way you can have her doing the attack, which we'll show that off later. I'll pull these heads out of here real quick. Her normal face that's on the figure is kind of a happier one. This is a slightly angrier face, like she's determined and ready for battle. This face has her screaming like she's in the heat of battle, trying to defeat the Dark Kingdom. And then the last face is the one that does not have the tiara, because that's the one that'll go along with her signature attack. Speaking of which, this is one of her hands that's attachable, and it has the tiara for when she does the discus-style attack. Moon Tiara Action or Moon Tiara Boomerang, depending on which series you're watching. And then, like most S.H. Figuarts figures, she has interchangeable hands as well. So we'll get these off of here. She just has her open hands on there by default. At least that's how it was when I bought the figure. So right here, she's got a sort of a pointing hand. She's got a fist hand with an opening in the top, so you can use that for her holding the moon stick. And she's got some fist hands as well. She's got hands with certain fingers extended for doing her signature poses. And then she's also got a slightly open hand here as well. Now let's look at Sailor Moon herself. Now there have certainly been Sailor Moon toys in the past. I remember like back in the mid-90s when they did the original Sailor Moon dub back in the day, the Deke dub that's pretty poorly received now. There actually were some American Bandai figures, but they really looked more like Barbie dolls, and they didn't resemble the characters at all. But this figure here actually, the overall likeness here is pretty solid. I mean, you see this figure, you instantly know what character it's supposed to be. And she looks very true to the anime version of the character. I mean, even right from the get-go, like at the top, she's got her signature bun hairstyle. That looks pretty nice. Here's the back of the figure close up. And then, her head can move back and forth. Pretty wide range there, and then left to right also. Her arms, she does have ball joint arms, articulated elbows, And then interchangeable hands. These can rotate within their spots where they're hooked up. They come down here. Her torso can also rotate, so quite a bit of articulation there. And then her legs can articulate pretty well because they're ball jointed. Knees are articulated. And the bottoms of her feet are also slightly adjustable. And then, I don't know why you'd ever want to look under the skirt, but just in case, like under here, it's not great looking under there, but, you know, they at least made the panty piece white, so, you know, if you are posing the figure in a pose where that's visible. Now, let's try out a few of her accessories and so forth. So, I'm going to take off one of her hands so we can try out the gripping hand that we looked at earlier. And one thing about this figure, too, that I haven't mentioned yet, she's pretty light and flimsy, and it's really hard to get this figure to stand up on its own without the stand. So like right there, we got her holding the moonstick, the earlier one that doesn't have the silver crystal attached. And now we'll try out the one with the silver crystal. And there we go. That actually looks pretty nice. And she's got all these other hands and such, too, so we can try those out. I'm going to go ahead and switch out her face. So her face and the front of her hair comes out, so it's kind of similar to other S.H. Figuarts figures. I'm going to put on her non-tiara head so that we can do her attack pose. So we put that head on there, we'll put the hair back in place, interchange her hand for the tiara hand. And these little joints at the ends of her hands are kind of small, so they're kind of a pain to deal with. And there she is. She's got her tiara ready to throw it. You'll notice the head is the one that doesn't have the tiara. And looks pretty nice. Let's try out a few of the other heads and then maybe try out the stand as well. And actually, I'll switch out one of her other hands as well. Now, one problem I do have with this figure, the left arm seems to come off really easily. It pops back in place here, but I have had that detach and break off many, many times when I was prepping to review this figure. There we got her throwing up her little V for victory sign, but hopefully we can get through this review without her hand or her arm breaking off again. We'll try another face now. We've got her slightly more serious face there, so we'll put that one on now. There we go. Again, kind of hard to see the close-ups on the camera, but she looks pretty good. I think the eyes on these faces especially look great. So for a display piece, it's not half bad. We got one more face to try out, and that's the one where she's got her mouth open, sort of like yelling in battle. So got that open. I like the little open mouth there. That actually looks very nice. And we've tried out most of the accessories here, so I am going to grab the stand and we'll try posing around here. And this stand's not too much different from the ones that I've gotten with a few of my Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. So right there, we've got her gripped on the stand, and her feet are mostly touching it, so that actually doesn't look too bad. Like I said, one problem is she's very light and flimsy, so you pretty much have to use the stand if you want to prop her up. And it's actually, like I said before, a very good-looking figure. Certainly does justice to the way that she looks in the anime version of the story. If you look under here, there's more spots here. Like with the, I know with the Dragon Ball ones, you could actually take these out and you could put the stand itself somewhere else if you wanted to, just like for posing purposes. And I'll try to move her arms around a little, see if we can pose her some more. Trying to like sort of cross her arms, doing the I'll punish you pose, but and again the arm broke off. And I don't know if those issues with the arm breaking off are inherent to the figure or if it's because of the quality of the used one that I bought, but I am kind of iffy on whether or not to recommend this figure based on that. I can't say if it's because of the used one that I got or if all the Figuarts Sailor Moon figures have that same issue. It's something I'll certainly comment on later videos if I buy any of the other more recently released or reissued Sailor Moon Figuarts. Have you had a chance to pick up this figure of Sailor Moon in the Figuarts line? What do you think if you haven't? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also remember to subscribe to this channel because I'm always posting new videos, and give this one a like if you found it helpful or interesting. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I will see you next time.